Next and final pair of the men's 10,000 meter races. On the inner, we have Graham Fish from Saskatchewan, and we have Ted-Jan Bloemen of Alberta on the outer. Ted-Jan Bloemen on the outer holds the world record in this 10,000 meter distance of 12 minutes and 36 seconds. And a clean start for these two skaters as they go into the first corner of their 10,000 meter. It will be a very interesting race for young Graham Fish to see what he can do against the world record holder, Ted-Jan Bloemen. And a very quick start by Ted as he already has a 20-meter lead on Graham Fish. First lap time of 33.84 for Jan Bloemen and 36.38 for Graham Fish. Very smooth skating for both of these skaters. Graham Fish much younger than Ted-Jan Bloemen. Ted-Jan Bloemen coming in to another lap time. 29.86 seconds, under 30-second lap. That's very well done in this 10,000 meter. Graham Fish with a lap time of 31.66. It's very important that Graham Fish skates his own race in this situation. He doesn't want to waste too much energy trying to keep up with the world record holder. Ted-Jan with another lap time, 30.16 seconds. Graham Fish with a 32.22 second lap. Ted-Jan Bloemen very smooth going down this back stretch into another corner. Ted-Jan Bloemen coming up to another lap time. 30.30 seconds. Seems to be settling into those low 30-second laps. Graham Fish with another low 32-second lap time. 32.32. Also seems to be settling into those lap times. Ted-Jan Bloemen, the best in the world at this 10,000 meter distance, coming down the front stretch. Another low 30-second lap for Ted-Jan Bloemen, 30.42 seconds. Graham Fish with also another low 32-second lap, 32.35. After 2,000 meters, Ted-Jan Bloemen is almost 4 seconds ahead of Jordan Belchos' previous set time. And another lap time for Ted-Jan Bloemen, low 30 seconds, 30.33. Graham Fish seems to be about 150 meters behind Ted-Jan with a lap time of 32.09 seconds. Ted-Jan Bloemen, 30.37 seconds for another low 30 lap time. Graham Fish coming out of that turn into the front stretch. Long, slow pushes from Fish as he comes in for a 32.46 second lap. Bloemen seems to be about 200 meters ahead of Fish at this point. Another low 30-second lap, 30.35 for Bloemen. Again, racing your own race in this 10,000 meter is very important. You don't want to get caught up in anybody else's times. Graham Fish coming up to the line with a 32.38 second lap. Very good job settling into those low 32s. Ted Jan Bloemen coming around again with a 30.33 second lap. Very smooth in the corners, very relaxed as he's going around the turns. Graham Fish, Canada's youngest 10,000 meter skater at this point in time, coming up to another lap. 32.75 seconds, bumping up into those high 32-second laps. Let's see if he can hold them. And Ted coming up, now also bumping up into the high second of his laps, 30.64 seconds. The key for these skaters now is to stay in their lap times, 32s for Graham and 30s for Ted Jan. And another negative split for Graham Fish, 32.26. Getting back into those low 32-second laps. A 30.62 for Bloemen, holding on to those 30-second laps as he comes around another turn. Graham Fish, as you can see, very relaxed coming down this front stretch in the 10,000 meter. And Ted Jan coming up right behind him into the same stretch, 32.18 for Graham Fish. 30.82 for Ted Jan Bloemen. Seems like he's holding on to those high 30-second laps. He now has the benefit of a view of Graham Fish to chase down in this next part of the race. And a solid negative split by Graham Fish, 32.08 seconds. Let's see if he dips into those 31s. Another 30.86 second lap for Ted Jan Bloemen. Very solid flat race for Ted Jan as he's coming up on Graham Fish. Graham Fish coming out of the corner into the front stretch. Ted Jan Bloemen about 100 meters behind Fish at this point. 31.98 seconds for Fish, dipping into those 31-second laps. And Ted Jan Bloemen also negative splits into 30.67. Ted Jan Bloemen now just over 11 seconds ahead of Jordan Belchos's previously set time. Let's see if he can dip into that 12-minute 10K. And Graham Fish with another 31.96, holding on to those high 31s. 30.81 for Jan Bloemen, all coming up very close to Graham Fish, about 50 meters behind at this point. Graham Fish trying to stay very relaxed going into this corner. And lots of people on the sidelines there watching this race unfold. Graham Fish coming up with now a 32.32 second lap. And Ted Jan Bloemen also dips into his next lap time of 31.04. Let's see if they can both bring it back down to their respective lap times. Ted Jan Bloemen less than 50 meters behind Fish at this point. Graham Fish back down into 31s with a 31.95. Ted Jan Bloemen also back down to his lap time with a 30.76. Both of these skaters have done multiple negative splits in this race so far, which is very commendable in this long 10,000 meter distance. Ted Jan Bloemen really chasing Graham Fish down this front stretch here. Graham Fish with another 31-second lap, 31.90. Ted Jan Bloemen with a 30.49, negative split by both skaters. Ted Jan Bloemen trying to pick his time to pass Graham Fish in this race. It's key that Ted-Jan Bloemen does not mess up his rhythm as he passes Graham Fish. Graham Fish with another 31.83 and Ted-Jan Bloemen 30.91. And it seems that Jan Bloemen is about to make his move on Fish down this back stretch. Very smooth transition by both skaters. Now Graham Fish has the opportunity to draft Ted-Jan Bloemen slightly. It is very important that he does not get too close to Bloemen. Ted-Jan Bloemen with a lap time of 30.64 and Graham Fish also negative split 31.63. It's very important that Graham Fish stays far enough back from Ted-Jan Bloemen that he does not get a full draft from the skater. If the referees think that he is getting too much of a draft, he will be disqualified. Another 30-second lap by Ted-Jan Bloemen, 30.83, and Graham Fish with another negative split of 31.40 seconds. Ted-Jan Bloemen now over 17 seconds ahead of Jordan Belchos' previously set leading time. Coming into the front stretch, both skaters within 50 meters of one another. Ted-Jan with a time of 30.90 seconds and Graham Fish with another negative split of 31.36. .1200 meters to go for Jan Bloemen here and 1600 meters for Graham Fish. And coming into another lap here, 31.17 for Bloemen and 31.26 for Fish. Coming onto the same lap times for both of these skaters. Well done. Ted-Jan Bloemen coming up to his bell lap on this front straightaway. Graham Fish still has 2 laps to go. Ted-Jan Bloemen with a big negative split of 30.10 seconds. Graham Fish with another negative split of 31.12. Graham Fish has negative splitted over half of his laps this race. And coming up to the finish for world record holder Ted-Jan Bloemen. Let's see what he can do. A very respectable time of 12 minutes, 46.83 seconds. And another negative split lap time by Graham Fish, 31.14, going into his final lap. Dropping both arms now to get as much out of his legs as he can, going into the final corner of his 10,000 meter. And down the final stretch for Graham Fish, lots of people on the sidelines cheering him on as he comes into the last few meters of his 10,000 meter race with a final time of 13 minutes, 22 seconds. Very well done by Graham Fish.